Hey there, it's Linda Perry of Soul Genius Branding, and welcome to this week's 15 Minutes to Genius. So we're over halfway through the month, and I wanted to ask who else out there is feeling a little stressed about your resolutions or your plans or whatever you've got going on. So I, for one, can say that January has been crazy, and it's already sort of off and running, and I feel like I haven't even had time to connect with some of the goals that I want. And in fact, at this time of year, would you believe that over half of the people have already given up on their New Year's resolutions? So what do you do? And it's kind of crazy because it feels like, oh my God, I'm never even going to get to finishing my entire plan for the year. Maybe by November. It's a little bit of a joke, but it kind of can happen when the busyness of January hits, because some of the things that people have been waiting to do, they start off January doing. And so I know I, for one, have been completely crazy. So I wanted to share this week what you could do, how to take sort of 15 minutes to really regroup and connect with your goals, make sure you stay on track and not give up resolutions if you've made them. And if not resolutions, how do you really stick to the plan that you had for this year? Maybe you wanted to find more work-life balance. Maybe you want to dedicate more time to work. Maybe you actually want to spend 15 minutes a day doing the things that you need. So I wanted to give you a few tips, and I want you to connect with them every day this week for 15 minutes. And again, use your best productivity time, whether that's first thing in the morning when you get up, maybe at night, whenever you have time to really just sink in and focus on what you need for your business. So the first thing I want you to remember to do is connect with the idea that this is a marathon and not a sprint. So many of us are really out there thinking, oh my God, I got to get there so fast. So remembering that this is a marathon, you still have 11 months left to go. Even if you didn't even create your plan yet, just take some time, even 15 minutes, to create the rest of your plan is really going to help you a ton. The other thing is, as I said, really just carve out that time to connect with yourself. Really, again, make sure that you have the time to connect with what your vision is, who you want to be, what you really wanted for this year. Take a couple minutes. That may not take your 15 minutes, that may only take 2 minutes, but it's really important that as you remember, this year you've got a lot of time left that you can just connect with yourself. And then I want you to think about, who are you going to be accountable to? We think we're going to be accountable to ourselves. We promise ourselves. We make all these things saying, I can do it. I really can't. But, the best of us, and we have such great intentions, need an accountability partner. That person who's going to be like, hey, did you do it? So I want you to find somebody, whether it is your partner, a friend, somebody who you will not say no to, someone who you really feel like you owe to them in some ways, an answer. So find that person, maybe shoot me an email if you want to say, hey, I want to be held to X this week, or I want to be held to X over the next month. I'm happy to really remind you, shoot the email back and say, sure, let's find you somebody, let me be that person. Happy to really help you out in this way, because the fact of the matter is that we all have goals for this year and we tend to forget them really quickly. So we get busy and we have lives and everybody else needs something from us. So this week, take those 15 minutes and spend the time to connect. Remember that this is a marathon and not a sprint, and find somebody who's going to help you stick to your word. So that's it for this 15 minutes to genius. Share below what you want to be held accountable to, and let's find you a partner so that you can actually stick to what you need. And if this is your first time joining us for 15 Minutes to Genius, welcome. 15 Minutes to Genius are weekly tips that I send out via video that help you grow your business one step at a time. This sort of a concept came out of reading this wonderful book called The Slight Edge, and I am always really a huge believer in what Jeff Olson shares in that book, is that if we are not moving forward, we are moving backwards. So that means even if you're standing still, that you are actually moving backwards. So I want you to spend 15 minutes each and every day doing something that's going to grow your business, and I share tips to help you do that. So it's been great to see you again this week. If you're just new, welcome. And I'll see you again next week for next week's 15 Minutes to Genius.